YouTube automation is the best way that you can begin generating passive income online. People are scaling channels to millions of views and tens of thousands of dollars. This video is a full course on creating monetizable mystery YouTube videos with AI. By the end of this video, you'll have your first viral YouTube video ready to post. I'll show you how to script, use generative AI to basically make the video for us, and edit it all together, all in less than 10 minutes. So lock in, and let's get ready to put some work in. To prove it, here's the finished result so that you get an idea.
On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur, heading towards Beijing. What should have been a routine flight turned into one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time.
I really hope that you guys find this video helpful. Just before we start, check out my SKOOL community, link in the description. Let's waste no more time and get to work. In this video's description, I've put links to everything we'll use, so open them all up so that you're ready to work. The first competitor that I'll showcase in this video is this channel called Unexplained Mysteries. As you can see, they post daily, and each of their videos gets hundreds of thousands of views. If we look at their social blade, you can see that they're generating 10K per month. Now, to be transparent, this channel does post shorts, so this number may be inflated a bit. Don't worry, I'm not one of those clowns that confuse long-form revenue with short-form revenue. We can see, however, that their long-form videos still outperform their shorts, and their videos are long in length, so I think it's fair to say that this number is pretty accurate. They don't actually use AI footage, so this is how we're going to break into this niche to make ourselves stand out. Let's start creating the video. We want to now generate unlimited video ideas with ChatGPT. Head to ChatGPT, and I'll ask it for 10 unsolved mysteries. The AI has given us 10 videos worth of content in literally 10 seconds. All right, we now have our video idea, so let's generate a title and keywords. For this, I'll use a completely free AI tool that I haven't used on this channel before. Head to the Google Doc and hit the link to vidIQ. Once on here, I'll head to the Create tab on the left. Now here, I'll enter the video idea into this box. You can now see that vidIQ has generated us 3 titles to choose from. I'll go with this one as I think it sounds the best, and don't worry, we can obviously change the title down the line. On the next page, the tool has generated us an AI thumbnail. I think that this is really good, so I'm going to save it to our device. Alright, with our title done, we next want to copy it. Now head to Generate on the left of vidIQ. Once here, enter the title into the text box like so. Once this is done, hit Generate. On this next page, you can now see some important information. You'll firstly see that there are 3 vital keywords that we can play around with. After that, you can see that we now have a title that's much better than the one that we got earlier, in my opinion. We also have a description that's full of engaging keywords that we can use for our video. If we scroll down further, we also have the tags that we can use to help with our search engine optimization and to help our video rank better. Furthermore, we also have some more thumbnails which we can use. However, I'll show you how to make some AI ones down the line. Finally, we also have all these things like hooks and call to actions that we can use in our video. Alright, either leave this window open or copy everything to a Google Doc so that we can just copy everything over when we make our video. Head back to ChatGPT and we'll now generate the rest of our script. Find the Malaysia Airways flight or whatever your idea is, copy it, and it'll now ask the AI to generate the YouTube video script as if it was a copyright expert. I'll leave all these prompts in the video's description. The AI is weird. If you tell it that it's an expert at something, then it'll actually act like it. You can find every single prompt in this video's description if you want to use the exact prompt that I have used. We now have our script, and with a quick read, it seems pretty good. Obviously, you can customize yours if you want. We now want to ask the AI to split our image into 50 different parts, and then ask it to provide a Leonardo image generation prompt for each section. This is how we'll generate the visuals for our video. If you guys like this video so far, please leave a like and comment for the algorithm. We now want to get the voiceover for our image. This part is key, so listen up. To do this, head to 11 Labs. Once you're here, you want to hit this drop-down box here. This will bring up a list of voices that you can use in your video. I'll go with this one called Brian Overturf, and it sounds like this.
Failure doesn't mean you're a failure, it just means you haven't succeeded yet.
It sounds good, so select it. Once you have your voice, you want to head back to ChatGPT. Scroll up and find the script that we generated. Copy it, and head back to 11 Labs. Now paste in the script, and you need to remove all of these junk prompts that ChatGPT generated us. Once that's done, we can just go ahead and generate and download the voiceover. Before we generate the visuals and edit our viral video, I want to talk about my SKOOL community. If you guys are stuck at 200 views on TikTok, then this is what you need. I have a full in-depth TikTok course, a list of 1+ niches, and much more. I'll see you guys inside. Let's now create our visuals. For this, I'll use Leonardo. They give you 150 credits per day, which is plenty. Once on Leonardo, head to image generation. There are now some settings we need to edit. Firstly, enable Legacy More in the top right, as it'll massively save you credits. Now pause this video and configure your settings exactly to how I have done here, with the same ratio, images per generation, and generation model. Now head back to ChatGPT and copy the first prompt that it generated for us. Now go back to Leonardo and paste it in the generation box. Additionally, type the phrase ultra-realistic afterwards. This is the image that we're left with, and I'm super happy with how this turned out. If you like your design, we need to make sure that all our images are in the same style. To do this, hit these 2 arrows here, and it'll use this as image guidance. These settings are important, so listen up. You want to change the type to style reference and the strength to 0.1. Now head back to ChatGPT. Once here, find your second prompt. As you guessed, copy it, paste it into Leonardo, and generate your second image. Now Leonardo should create an image that's pretty similar to the one we just generated. If we want to make our content 10 times better, we want to upscale our images. Now this is a paid feature, but it's 100% worth the $10 to make sure our video stands out. This will also remove a watermark that'll appear later. You now need to repeat what I've just showed you with all the prompts. Copy the prompt, add ultra realistic, make sure that image guidance is 1, and finally upscale each image. Let's be honest, still images are boring. Don't worry, however, as we're going to turn this image into this moving image at the click of a button. Head to your Leonardo personal feed. Now hit your first image. As you can see right here, there's this image to motion button, so click it. Now on the next page, you want to set the strength to around 5 to 7, depending on how much movement you want, and then generate. This is how the image looks now. The fact that we've created this in the space of like a minute is genuinely mind-blowing. This might be the best AI tool since ChatGPT itself. You want to repeat this image generation process for all of your images until you have a collection of images that we can use. We've now got almost everything we need to make a viral video. However, there is one last thing we need to grab before we start editing everything together. We need some copyright-free music. For this, I'll use a site called Pixabay, as it's full of free music. Once on here, make sure that music is selected below the search bar. Now I'll search for Dark, as this fits the unsolved mystery theme that we're going for in this video. This song called Terror Heights looks good, and I'll give it a listen. Obviously, you want to find and download a few songs that you want to use for your video. Alright, we now have everything we need. If you guys find this valuable, please do subscribe as it really helps me out. Let's edit everything together in CapCut. This part is really important as I'll also show you some viral editing techniques. Once you're on CapCut, you want to start by importing all the images, music, and voiceover that we've just created. The first thing that I'll add will be the voiceover. So select it and drag it onto the timeline like so. Now while 11 labs is good, if you look closer, you can see that it tends to leave a lot of dead air. This is really bad for our video and will lower our retention. To get around this, you want to hit B on your keyboard to bring up a splitting tool. With this selected, you want to click either side of the dead air to split it. Now hit A, and you want to select and delete the dead air. With that gone, drag the 2 voiceovers back together. You now need to repeat this process with our entire voiceover, so I'll go ahead and speed this up. With our voiceover ready, we now need to add the AI images that we got from Leonardo. You need to find the first one, select it, and drag it onto the timeline. With the first one in place, we need to crop it to which part of the voiceover it's supposed to cover. If you can't remember, go back to ChatGPT and it'll tell you. With this video cropped, we can add in the rest of our images. Place them on the timeline and crop their duration to the corresponding voiceover. Once that's done, we can go ahead and add ourselves a clean transition between each moving image. Head to transitions in the top right, and one that I really like is called Black Fade, so I'll search for it. Once you have it, drag it in between your first and second moving image like so. Now in the top right, I'm going to make this transition last about 0.3 seconds. Finally, I'll hit this apply to all button. As you can see, there's now a transition between all our images, and I think it looks really clean. We now want to add some effects to our video. Due to our video being about mysteries, I think a smoky effect would look really good. Head to effects, and I'll search for smoke. A few have come up, and I actually really like this mist effect as I feel like it really emphasizes our content and adds some mystery to it. I'm just going to drag it onto our timeline and extend it to last the full video. Now in the top right, I'll make it less intense by playing around with the atmosphere and speed sliders. We've now made a pretty good video, but bear with me as I'll show you a few more tricks and how to export properly. We'll now add some auto captions to our video. Head text, hit auto captions and generate. If you don't have Pro, don't worry, I'll show you a free way at the end of the video. Once your captions have been generated, we want to customize them a bit. Head to the top right, hit templates, and find and select one that you like. Now just drag your text a little bit lower down. You can also add little adjustments on the basic page if you see fit. There's one last thing that we need to add to our video, and then we can export. Head to adjustment in the top left and add a custom adjustment to your track. Once that's in place, head to the top right, and we need to make some adjustments. The first thing that I'm going to do is scroll down and change the exposure to around -5. This will give our video this darker look, which really fits the theme. Next, we want to scroll further and change the vignette to around 25. This will darken the corners and make our video look better. This video is done, so hit export in the top right. Make sure that you're exporting the video in 60fps and 1080p. I'll now show you how to get the auto captions if you don't have Pro. You want to download this editor called VN. Once you're on VN and have dragged in your video, hit auto captions in the bottom left and then create them. It'll take some time, but you should be left with some viral captions that look like this. Once you're happy, we've got our video. But don't click off because I'll now show you how to completely optimize the upload process, create a thumbnail, and talk about making money. In order to get our thumbnail, head back to Leonardo and save one of the images that you like the most. Make sure that it's a still image, so scroll past the animated ones. Once it's saved, head to Canva, link in Google Doc, and create a new project. Now search for YouTube thumbnail. This will make sure that your design is the exact dimensions of a YouTube video. Once on the next page, drag in the image you saved and make it so that it takes up the entire image. I'll now fast forward this bit, but you basically want to add just a single big piece of text to your design. Give it a good font that really resembles the mystery theme, and then you want to enlarge it and maybe change the color and give it some effects. Once you are happy, you want to export the thumbnail as a PNG and download it. Now you want to head to YouTube Studio and start by uploading your video. Now head back to the vidIQ tab that you saved from the start of the video, and you want to copy over the essential things like the title that it gave us, the description that it gave us, and also the tags that it gave us. Finally, publish it all, and our first video is done just like that. Now don't click off, because I'll now talk monetization, which is why you're here, right? Now due to the fact that these videos don't take long to make, if you post them frequently, then you'll reach the 1,000 subscriber mark and 4,000 hour watch time mark in no time. You also want to make sure that you're posting every day, as being consistent is the key to YouTube success. Another way that you can actually make money, and even before you hit 1K subs, is by setting up your own print-on-demand store. Using a site like Redbubble, you can create a super simple design, slap it on a mug, and then make money from every single sale. This is good as you don't have to worry about shipping or anything, as Redbubble does this all for you. We're not done, however. You could also start something like a Patreon, in which you give access to a few videos that you don't release publicly. This will attract super passionate fans that love your content. As long as you're consistent and put the work in, you can make it on YouTube. I want to remind you about my private community. The content in here is all you need if you're stuck at 200 views on TikTok. You'll also be taught by people that have amassed over 500 million views across social media. Don't miss out on the modern-day gold rush. That's all for today. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.